What's good, YouTube? And welcome to pre-sales being hopefully live on Tier 0 and Gamer's Choice. Gamer's Choice just went up. I'm in Tier 0 site using a password, but they should be up soon. So let's go ahead and see what both have to offer on Maze. And if you hear any background noise, there's 70-mile-per-hour winds outside, and I am against a window, so don't freak out too much. Let's go ahead and talk about it, though. I have gone through Tier 0's prices. No blind react, Andy. I have not gone through Gamer's Choice yet. It looks like 7th Tachyon here is at $71 for the secret rare. I did think it would be right around there. I thought it would be 60 on the low end of pre-sales, 80 on the high end, so it's right in the middle of where I thought it could be. I really like their pricing on Silent Magician level 8 altar art, though at 65. That's where Christia ended up falling towards, but this is collectible. It's an altar art. It's a huge moment of the anime. I'll personally be picking up one of these, I think, because it's the first card in a long time I've wanted for my collection, and the original Silent Magician used to be this price before its reprint, and again, it's where Christia ended up falling towards, so I think this is pretty decent. And then for the number collectors, there is 107 at the same price. Now, don't freak out too much about this deck core price. It does include the 7 Tachyons. At first, I was like, how did it get that high? What is happening? Oh yeah, 7 Tachyons included as a playset in here, so that made a bit more sense, but I'd probably piece it out and wait for different items for the deck personally versus pre-sales. And of course, at both sites, you can use code What'sGood5 for 5% off and to support the channel directly, making your purchases cheaper on pre-sales. But I'm always putting the audience first. I'm going to make sure to give you as much information and my takes as possible versus pre-sales. Molcharmy Perulia at $23.47. That's decent, and then the discount makes it cheaper. The secret rares fell down to $30 yesterday, but they could rebound a bit. There's also the Looming Stampede reprints, though. It could be a double dip reprint, but being in here is welcome before the WCQ, and this price is actually decent to see, because when we break down, and I did this yesterday in the video, there are now 13 ultra rares instead of 10, meaning that even with 4 per box, it goes back down to 3.6 of each ultra rare, the old pull rate for ultras of the failing side sets. So it does hurt to pull less of these because there are more ultra rares. Also, in the secret slots from the creator pulls, Man with the Mark was everywhere, and it's either clumping or an overprint secret, which we haven't seen Konami do in a while. If you don't know, used to they would overprint multiple secrets in the core sets, naturally shorting other secret rares without it being short print. So if there's a ton of these, let's say 10 to 12 per booster case, and there's only 12 of the other 5 secrets, that's 2.4 each pulled of stuff like 7th Tachyon, which would be extremely low pull rates out of a booster case. If we go mathematically without an overprint, the secret rares aren't the chases, the ultras are, because there are 6 different secret rares and you're pulling 2 per box, so that would be 24 in a case divided by 6. That would be 4 if there's nothing there. So Konami may have made the secrets the true chase outside of 1 or 2 of them and made the others harder to pull, but we'll have to wait and see. This is all speculation off of creator polls and what we were seeing go around. My Discord was like, man with the marks everywhere. I clicked a couple with them. Everyone was pulling it. It does kind of feel that way early, but again, clumping can happen. This is just speculation, and pre-sellers have to take what they've seen also into consideration versus prices. But look at this front page. Everything else is like towards 15 and under besides Perulia, and we get down to $5 on this front page in the ultras. They're very realistic in their pricing, and I think they've done a great job with this set overall. Again, a little higher than I'd like to see, but makes sense. It's still in the range I thought I would see it at. I've not clicked on Gamer's Choice yet. Let's go ahead and see. Collector Rare at 80 on their early deals. I can see why that's sold out. Best selling at 55 for their secret, so they're winning there. Let's go price high to low and sort how I usually do. Their Galaxy deck core is a good chunk cheaper, and that's probably thanks to this being 55 times 3, so that makes sense that they would have that bundled way cheaper. They're winning there. Also winning on the Silent Magician, losing on the Galaxy Eyes Tachyon. They think this is the true chase with number hunting over waifus. Reject waifu, go number hunt. That's kind of funny. And then let's go through. They have more collector rares up than they do, so they went through that. Their Perulia they're losing on, they have it at 30 versus tier 0. I could see the secrets going back up, especially if it's not in Stampede. And again, with that lowered pull rate, maybe they did that extra math versus it not being 10 and bumped it up. But you could have gone out and bought secret rares yesterday. Actually, we'll go to another tab on Market Watch. C102 is getting bought out. Surprise! Later content for the rank up stuff. Let's look up the Molcharmy Perulia because this is actually pretty important. And it does have a market price of 32, but that should be coming down. Yeah, you could go get a secret right now for a couple more dollars even with my code. So I would suggest buying the secret over the Ultra on their pre-sales. I get they're doing an estimated value pull chop up, but this doesn't make as much sense. But again, they're winning big at the very top of the set, where it does matter. Then we get into, let's see, our $15 secrets here for multiple of them, and then it comes down to $10 on the front page. So on the bottom side of the set, it looks like tier 0 is winning. On the top end of the set early, it looks like Gamer's Choice is winning big. And that's why I love bringing multiple sponsors here, where we can kind of judge what they're thinking versus how I would price it up. And this is actually under where I thought it would be priced anywhere on pre-sales, and seems like a pretty darn good deal to consider at the time. Again, the pull rates being different matter a lot. It seems like small numbers. It changes drastically how much extra is pulled per case, especially when you're doing mass case openings. Let's say you do 100 cases, a difference in 1 card pull per case ends up being 100 cards for these guys, right? If they're doing 100 cases. So do consider that for the volume, it matters a lot for the prices when Konami does something like that. For the rest of the Market Watch, we do have another number besides the one we just featured. Number C103 is also starting to go up in price as an option. Apparently the OCG plays this one, so be aware near mint copies of it are gone all the way to $2 plus for unlimiteds. And we have Embodiment of Apophis out of the new retro pack getting bought out for the Apophis deck. We see here that it's towards $19 to $20, and the trap deck is able to actually play that one. I do believe it's searched. And then Fantastical Dragon Phantasme Quarter Century Secret Rares are starting to go up. I do like the OG Secret actually a good amount, but be aware this has gone back up towards $18. My Discord was talking about penny stonks and the other version. There's just so many different versions, but they are all under triple digits for the most part, besides the alternate art ultra rare here and the super rare. The rest of them are starting to go, so people are picking and choosing their version of Phantasme to play. Branded Opening was a huge surprise to see the Quarter Century Secret Rare bought out on. I was like, branded best deck again? No, people are mostly doing this for collection apparently and not really contention. And I do think lore binders will be a thing one day. Lore stories are super cool. Master Duel has brought that to the next level, especially with animations, and the branded stuff is freaking awesome. Now, do I think that'll play into prices long term? We'll have to wait and see, but I'm a fan and I like it, and I like to think I have good taste, but it doesn't always pan out. And finally, Vayu is also up in price for its Quarter Century Secret Rare for past formats. So be aware, a lot of buys going into QCRs and past formats, and a lot of them are spiking here on our market. It is kind of crazy, which again, wrap back into this. It's why I like the Silent Magician so much, and I am surprised to see it so low over here on Gamer's Choice as well. If we're looking at the 1 per case and alternating them, that's pretty hard to pull. And imagine if it's 1 per every other case. We don't know the pull rates though. They're gambling basically by listing, and they're pretty low on her in my opinion. But her relevance isn't the most, but still it is. Like, they're doing multiple statues of her this year. Thanks for watching today's Market Watch. What do you think of all the prices? I think they did a great job, actually, with this set. And there's meta relevance, there's a good reprint, there's a lot inside of here. But also, Konami did do some sneaky stuff with the set, as we mentioned yesterday. And I just want to touch back up on today that the rates are not what they seem. So you might want to consider some of the pre-sales. I think this will definitely be up, but it's already sold out.